Obviously, the biggest error that we could make would be to blame Muslims collectively for crimes not committed by Muslims alone. Crimes that the overwhelming majority of Muslims oppose. Crimes that their faith utterly rejects, and that Muslim leaders themselves have the greatest ability to address.
What is your reaction when you are confronted by people who find out that you're a Muslim and they immediately hate you because of the Islamophobia running in this country?
I think it's a lack of education. And the reason why I say that, it's simply because, we live in this world, and it is important that we learn about other people, we understand other people's culture, other people's faith and their background. And if we would have a little more understanding of other people's faith and upbringing and lifestyle, we would be able to realize that terrorists and ISIS and Al-Qaeda are a different kind of people. What would you recommend to Muslims as to what they need to do a little more, or what they're not doing, to give a better perspective, or to clear the misunderstanding in the minds of Christians and Jews?
Well, we're doing here right now. I mean, what you do, what you've done.
Oh, thank you.
I agree. I mean, the publication you put out, Alhikmat. I mean, I read through that regularly. I mean, you have, different clergy people, you have rabbis, that are giving input. But the bottom line is that it's through the involvements that you've had. I know that you've worked with the sheriff's office. I know that you've worked with interfaith groups here in South Florida. It's through those involvements that a person gets out and people can see, well, this is not a terrorist. This is not someone who's putting out anti-Jewish or anti-Christian or anti-whatever understandings. It's someone who certainly has a tremendous devotion to their faith. And I think people respect that.
There are differences of opinion. And if we always steer around those, we're never really going to grow towards understanding. Because in my mind, the biggest thing about the fact, helping people understand that religion matters, a lot of people say, well, it matters, but not much, is that we're not working for toleration. Toleration is, I don't like you, but I'll stay in the room with you. Well, that's no fun.
Right.
We're seeking something else, and it's not just the lowest common denominator where we ignore things that maybe we don't agree on, or no, that we seek understanding, and sometimes that means taking a risk to talk about what we believe and how it affects our life.
That we live in a very divisive world. Whether you're talking about the divisiveness of America or the divisiveness of world politics. And it's good every once in a while to be reminded that for all our differences, we have tremendous similarities. For all the times that we're at odds with each other, there are so many things that we can be working on together as well. And that's a message that we need to be reminded of from time to time, because we forget about it, we lose sight of it.
You realize, of course, that what you are discussing is something that we have heard from many hardcore Muslims, and we'll use that word, radical extremists, who would say that's the wrong thing to do. There are people who would be very angry at you for doing this. Are you prepared for the backlash? Because let's face it, there are a lot of Muslims in this country and around the world who do not want to rock the boat because they are afraid of what the radical extremists in their faith will do to them.
The sort of problems we are facing in the world nowadays, it is very important, and I think this is one of the most important times that scholars and Islamic leaders need to come out and be very vocal on these issues, and as we say, separate the sheep from the wolf.
Sheikh, I'll tell you this, you are the most even-handed person that we've spoken to in all this. You're a very peaceful man who believes he has the way to make things a little better for everyone. We wish you a lot of luck, seriously. Please come back, we'll continue to talk.
Thank you very much.
It's a pleasure.
It's a pleasure.
Thank you so much.